Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining the market simulation call for fall 2021 release. Today is September 9, 2021, and I'm Anshuman Vaidya, your market simulation lead. Calls and webinars are recorded for stakeholder convenience, allowing those who are unable to attend to listen to the recordings after the meetings. The recordings will be publicly available on the ISO webpage for a limited time following the meetings. The recordings and any related transcription should not be reprinted without the ISO permission. So we'll follow the following agenda. We'll talk about map stage availability. We'll talk about fall 2021 release market simulation initiatives and timelines. Then we'll talk about the initiatives separately. Then a quick reminder about the system interface changes that are coming in with this release. And then we'll talk about next steps. For map stage availability, you can log into portalmap.kyso.com to get up-to-date information regarding any outages or maintenance. Currently, we have OSS maintenance, a brief interruption scheduled for 9/10. We'll have a small maintenance on cyber, where the UI will be available on 9/17. We also have a network model update going to the market on 9/17. We estimate it will be a 3-hour interruption on 9/17, and it's a Friday. Any questions regarding map stage availability? All right, moving on. We have a couple of changes on the timelines of the few of the projects. As you can see, the real-time settlements review phase 2 has been moved for structure scenarios 9/16, and the second date for doing that to 9/28. The reason being, we brought it up in our QRB, but there were a few tests that were not completed because settlement statements take some few business days to complete the process and show us the results. And we did not want to test this project with market participants without getting a confirmation on the settlement statements that everything looks good. We had identified an issue last week that caused us to not use last week's settlement statements to confirm this, but after that we had fixed that issue, and we're waiting for the current trading dates to get it processed and have the settlement statements out so that we can pass our end-to-end cases and make this code available for market participant testing. Secondly, we have hybrid resources phase 2A. According to the project deadlines, we have to push it 1 week ahead to 9/21. And Indetai shadow pricing resolution, the start date for that project is moving to 9/27. Anybody has any thoughts, concerns regarding these date changes?
Hi, Anshuman, this is Chenyu. I just curious about the date change. Looks like Enterprise has been pushing. I think it's more than 10 days, right? Initially was the 15th. Anyway.
I think the initial date was 9/21, but you're right, we're pushing it 1 week, 9/27. But as I understand that this project is basically updating the OSS reports, where we will be now displaying differences between the AS pricing and the normal energy prices. They will be separated, so it will be easier to comprehend. Any concerns regarding that, Chenyu?
Well, I just wonder if understand it's the schedule is very dynamic. So I see that you kind of have the fall as the end date as October 1. So for each initiative, do you have the end date, the target end date for each initiative that involve testing?
So when I mention end date, I would like to convey that I mean that we won't be doing any deliberate testing on it, but for intertie shadow pricing resolution project, it's more on the receiving end. So, I mean, you would be able to keep testing this functionality, checking the OSS report for the prices on AS, even after 10.1. We are not going to stop or pull out the functionality from MapStage environment for any of the functionalities that we are putting in right now.
Okay. All right. So right now we take everything as 10.1. I mean, you understand probably by looking just a day, people will have concerns.
Definitely, yes. So, I mean, if the concerns come up, we believe you could still continue testing intertie shadow pricing resolution while we go in the window of our market simulation for EIM entities. You should still be able to test this one. I would also like to say here that we have, some caution news for energy storage distribution energy resources phase 4 implementation. We have not moved the date yet, but there's a possibility that we might have to delay that a little bit according to the current project deadlines. So more information on that probably in the next call.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
This is Tony Gerard from Power Settlement. I just wanted to point out that intertie shadow pricing, although it is primarily in the it's in the OASIS, but there are settlement implications. Maybe not to formulas, but there's some change in bill determinant names and such. There are settlement changes.
Okay, Tony, I did not have that information. I'll check with my SMEs. Thank you for bringing that up.
Okay.
And I can confirm more on that in the next meeting. Unless somebody from settlements is on the call from Kai Society who wants to pitch in for this.
Hi, Inchman, this is Chenyu. I second the last caller's thing. We are actually going to check the bill determinants as well.
I
just
see.
want to confirm. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that information. Let me get back to my SMEs and I'll get you more information. I'll probably invite, the SME for this project on the call next meeting and can have a discussion on it. Any other thoughts or concerns that we can talk about here? All right, moving on. Again, the slide is giving you more information about the structured scenario documents and business requirement specification documents for real-time settlements review phase 2 and energy storage and distributed energy resources phase 4 implementation projects. Anybody has any specific questions regarding these two projects? All right, moving on. Then we have hybrid resources phase 2A, intertie shadow pricing resolution, EIM base schedule information deadline phase 1 project, and short long start definitions projects, business requirements specification. They are all mentioned on this slide. Anybody has any questions regarding these 4 projects? Okay, moving on. So this is a reminder about the system interface changes that are coming with the OSI 2021 project for MRIS, and for master file we have some changes coming for variable operations and maintenance project. They are put into MapStage on 30th of August last month, and the project production dates are mentioned here on the slide. Anybody has any questions regarding the system interface changes? All right, moving on. For fall 2021 release, the 3 projects as there 4, Hybrid Resources Phase 2 and Intertie Shadow Pricing Resolution projects have the following system interface changes that are coming with it. Recently, we have put in the Intertie Shadow Pricing Resolutions OSS changes in map stage on 9, actually it's going to go in tomorrow, 9/10. So you should be able to start looking at that report and, maybe get some data to review and test. Trang, do you want to add anything on these interface changes?
No, I think that you covered that well. Thank you.
Perfect, thanks. Any questions here for these interface changes? All right, moving on. I think that's all I had for today's conference. The next call is on September 13th at 2 p.m. And I'll now open up for any other thoughts or concerns that I can help with, maybe some CD tickets that you want to escalate.
Hi, Anshuman, this is Chinyu. I do want to say one general concern we have. It's we also saw the EIM testing schedule starting from October 1st. So understand a lot of code is coming late for fall. It's either starting 21st or 27 or 28. And the concern is that we know the testing is going to carry beyond October 1. The concern is that whether we're going to get, the full support. For example, if we need to test from beyond October 1 for the 2 weeks after that, whether each day except the maintenance day, if we need the support, we will get the support from CAISO. So I think it's become a general concern. Understand it's everything. It's just, for now it's just slated for November 1 go live, and pretty much our interest also is you able to go live November 1 and not carry those into the holidays. So anyway, I kind of wish know more about whether we're going to get all those supports for anything that the testing starting from September 21st. We get more support beyond the October 1. Yeah.
Right. Thank you for bringing that up. So we brought it up in our executive meeting, and from CAISO side, you'll get full support for at least 2 weeks of testing for any project, regardless of the date movement. So we are committed to providing that much support. Being said that, the schedule we'll discuss as we move along through these dates and we finalize some of the dates for Esther. And then if we need to add a couple of settlement dates in the week of October, then we'll probably do that. Does that answer some of your questions?
It's not necessary only adding the settlement day. For example, let's say we want to run, we want to put in the bid, we want CAISO to put in run the market, on the every day for the week except Friday. Whether we will get that kind of support, not only on the settlement statements.
So we'll have to share it with the other activities going on MapStage during that time. But I do assure you the dates we select for doing this testing on MapStage, we will have all the support you need for testing on those days.
All right. Okay. When you say share, is that I kind of recall some experience that, we're doing something for EIN, therefore this time we cannot accommodate you. I don't know. I mean, whether you guys have those plans very clearly identified. I mean, if we need to be in the environment together, but it would be also nice to know the schedule ahead of time as what hour we can do, what hour we cannot do. So hopefully in the next few market sim call, if you have that kind of information, it will be really great that you share. Thank you.
Sure, Srini, I can work on that. And in consultation with Kaiser team internally, I can get back to you with some schedules.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other concerns?
Yeah, hi, Anshuman. This is Isaac with SE.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi, just first of all, I'd like to, I guess, echo Chen's concern that we also feel that the testing is going to go well into October. Based on the scenarios that we're going to be testing unstructurally, so as much support as possible from Kaiser would be appreciated. Secondly, I think we have a couple of city tickets regarding Esther 4 that I would like to follow up on with you. Maybe I can provide you with the city ticket numbers and a brief description, and you can track them down and provide some answers for us.
Definitely.
Okay, so the first one we have is city ticket number 242238. And basically that one is to ask some clarification questions on the end of hour state of charge values. So, you don't have to answer it now, but if you can take a look at it and provide some responses to that city ticket, I would appreciate it. And the second city ticket number, let me look it up, was just submitted today, 242491. And the question on that is regarding API submission for the state of charge values. Was wondering if is your, I understand that the new fields are already in the cyber user interface, but is your API able to accept those values at this time, or is that something that we need to wait until a later date to submit? Because we're not able to at this time.
Okay. Thank you, Isaac, for bringing those concerns. Let me get back to you after talking with my SMEs, and we'll reply you back on your city tickets.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Perfect. Any other questions?
Sorry, this is Trina. One more. So speaking of city tickets, and I know the last several market sim, you're trying to put some generic city tickets there. This will benefit everyone. So if you can start doing it, such as what Isaac's last question, or I think that would be also very helpful for us to know. Thank you.
Sure, I will do that. Any other questions? All right, well, thank you everyone for joining today's call. We'll see you back again on September 13th. Good day.
Thank you.